Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm setting up the month of March in my bullet journal, and I'm really excited about this one because the inspiration behind the theme I chose to do brings me so much joy and makes me really miss traveling a lot. So the inspiration behind this theme is actually canal houses, and they are mostly known from Amsterdam, but I really associate them with Gdansk in Poland because a couple of years ago me and one of my best friends, Annie, went to Gdansk and they had a lot of these canal houses. So we loved them, we think they look so cute, and we took a lot of pictures, and yeah, it just reminds me of that trip and the inspiration I got for taking photos and now for my bullet journal. And March is such a awkward month, I think, to draw in your bullet journal because in Sweden, for example, it's still winter, but you're kind of thinking of spring and stuff, so I wanted to have a theme that's kind of neutral, like it could be any time. So I'm just drawing the canal houses in different heights. They are like known for being really slim and tall and have different shapes up top and also different heights. So that's basically what I'm doing, and it's also fun because you can really do whatever, like just draw different shapes and heights that you like. And also the windows, I made them different, so yeah, every little house has its own like character and looks different, and that's what I really like about this setup as well. And then I haven't used a thick brush pen for a while for my headers and stuff, so I really wanted to write March in the title with this thick black brush pen, and I think it looks really nice. I just realized I have to buy a new black brush pen because both of mine are running out of ink. And then I just decorated with some little stars and a little moon to bring something else to the spread, not just the houses. And for the color scheme, I'm using the traditional colors for canal houses, so beiges and browns and blacks. There were a lot of really pretty colorful buildings when we were in Gdansk, but yeah, I feel like those colors remind me more of spring, and as I said, it's still winter, it's really cold in Sweden still, so I thought these neutral colors went better for this month. And to color in the stars, I just use a gold gel pen. For now, I'm leaving the cover spread like this, and I'm moving on to the monthly calendar. So as usual, in the bottom left corner, I'm having the YouTube and Instagram growth tracker. So every month, like in the beginning and the end of the month, I just write how many followers or subscribers I have. But of course, if you don't care about tracking that, you don't have to have that little part. But for the monthly calendar, I'm just doing the kind of traditional bullet journal setup for a monthly calendar. I like having mine quite big because I fill in basically everything, but not in great detail. So the size of each box in my calendar is 6 by 8 dot grid spaces, if you're wondering. Then you can fit 5 weeks on one spread. And of course, I'm making little canal houses. I think the little ones are so cute down in the right corner, just to fill out the empty space and keep the cohesiveness of the theme. And I'm bringing back the thick black brush pen to write March in the left top corner. And of course, I'm just using the colors that I had before for the canal houses, and I always write in the description box which pens I use if you're wondering. And then of course I'm just writing the dates in all of the squares so I know what day and date it is. Then I'm moving on to my monthly memories page. This is a page I always have. If you don't know, I always print out pictures from my phone at the end of each month, and I put the pictures in like on this spread, which is just called my monthly memories. I love doing that. Then I can look back on nice memories I've had, and yeah, it's just so rare to see like physical pictures nowadays, so I really love having a little mini Bluetooth printer because my phone is always with me, so a lot of memories are in there and I love printing them out. And for the habit trackers, I'm just doing squares for each day. I'm not writing the actual date because yeah, it actually took a long time to draw all of these canal houses. It's so many lines and details. So I wanted to keep the habit tracker simple, and I also just love filling it in with a color. But for the mood tracker, of course, I had to draw 31 little canal houses, so I just made them in different sizes and stuff. And for this theme, I really recommend you sketching everything out first before going in with like ink because it is a lot of like measuring almost you have to do, or counting to be like sure that every little house and stuff is going to fit. So I sketched everything out just to be sure like how many houses can fit on a row and stuff like that. Then of course it's time for the weekly spreads, and I love having 2 weeks on each spread because I don't want to have 2 bullet journals each year. I want to fit everything in one. So I always like calculate how many spreads I could have for each month before actually starting my bullet journal, and it's usually around like 12 pages per month. So to be able to fit everything like that, I usually have to have 2 weeks on each spread, but I think it looks pretty. I mean, it's not a lot of empty space and stuff, and also I don't feel like I need a whole spread per week because you don't do that much each day. So if you're wondering how many dot grid spaces you have to be able to fit a whole week from left to right, I have 8 dot grid spaces per day. So 8 dot grid spaces wide, then 1 space in between each box, and the last one I have Saturday and Sunday in one. As you can see, I just split that little box. So you can make rounded edges, squared edges, however you like it, but if you want to be able to fit them, of course, just have 8 dot grid spaces wide squares for each day. And to decorate the pages, I'm having the little canal houses at the bottom of each week. So as you can see, it's 1 row of canal houses in the middle for the top week and 1 at the very bottom for the bottom week. If you want to have more like space and not it being so crowded, you can just make the boxes shorter. So keep the width but have them shorter so you have a little bit more like, I don't know, negative space on the spread if you don't like it looking this filled out, but I really like it because I think it looks like a real city, if you know what I mean. And of course, I'm just doing the exact same thing for the rest of my weeks because I keep my weeks the same throughout every month, so I'm saving you the time so you don't have to look at the exact same thing once again. So I went back to the cover spread because, as you maybe noticed, I left the left page empty, and that was because I wanted to have a quote here, but I hadn't decided what I wanted to write yet. So at the end, I wrote something that I feel is both sad and funny at the same time because it's so relatable, I think, for a lot of people right now. So in Sweden, we have a quote that's like, away good, but home the best. So I just wrote that, but then added, said no one during a pandemic, because I feel like no matter how much you love being at home, the pandemic has made us really wanna like maybe travel or go places or just do something, not just stay at home. So yeah, away good, but home the best, said no one during a pandemic. Comment down below if you relate or feel that way right now. But that's it for this setup. I really hope you enjoyed it and liked the little canal houses. just know that it's really time consuming to draw all these little houses because they have so many lines with the windows and the doors and everything. But if you like the look of it, it's so worth it. And yeah, I really like how it looks, and it reminds me of that beautiful trip I had with a really good friend. But that's it for this video and my March bullet journal setup. As always, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!